Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Bay Area Focus. I'm your host, Michelle Griego. Today, we'll hear from nonprofit organizations, one dealing with bullying and one with healthcare issues for sex workers, and a local arts organization. My first guest is Barbara Lane, Director of Arts and Ideas from the Jewish Community Center of San Francisco, here to tell us about JCCSF's programming, including talking about sex, a very interesting topic there.
Yep, we have Uninhibited About Sex, and this is a series that was born out of the knowledge that in art, in literature, in music, in dance, in politics, there's sex. Sex is part of everything. It's part of a healthy life. It's part of Jewish values. It's part of universal values. So we decided for the spring, when things are germinating and popping up and our fancies turn to love, we would put on a series that explores the very multifaceted subject of sex from a number of different standpoints. So we have a woman, Nicole Prouse, who talks about women and orgasm. We have Undercover Presents doing seduction songs. We have technology and sex. We have neo-burlesque, which is an old art that's been reinvented.
So you have performers there.
We're having performers, we're having lectures, we're having conversations. It's just a multifaceted look at something that's fascinating, that's informative, that's entertaining, and we're having a whole lot of fun.
Well, talking about sex is always fascinating, but for some, I think it's a little taboo. They don't really want it. They feel uncomfortable talking about it.
Of course they do, and one of the things we like to do is provide a safe space for these kinds of conversations. You know, we're also, because we're in this city that is so progressive and sex positive, where better place than in San Francisco to have these conversations? And as a matter of fact, it's fun, but it's also serious. We have Dan Savage coming, who's a well-known sex columnist and an LGBT champion, and as a part of the program with Dan Savage, we have a social justice component for LGBT teens. So we are uncovering every stone, as it were, and creating a safe space for these conversations and taking on some thorny issues at the same time. And that's what we like to do. We like to explore things to their fullest, give everybody an entry point. Little kids, not with the sex series, but recently we did a Jazz from Lincoln Center for toddlers program. We do programs for seniors. And I think our sex series, except for the very, very little ones, will really have something for everyone. And that's what we try to accomplish in most of our programming.
Well, you mentioned the programming for teenagers. Talk a little bit more about that and what teenagers can expect from those discussions.
There's a whole lot going on, as I think you're going to discuss later today, about bullying of teens who are different, of anybody who's different. And Dan Savage, again, was part of an effort called It Gets Better, helping teens deal with their sexuality and deal with their peers and deal with prejudice. And so that select group of teens has been working with our LGBT staff, and they're going to have a special session with Dan Savage. They'll be able to ask questions, have a conversation, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them.
And you mentioned that sex is part of Jewish values. Talk about that.
Well, a healthy sexual life is part of a healthy life, and we all know that. And so we think of Jewish with a big J, like everybody's welcome, and you don't necessarily have to be Jewish, kind of Jewish, or even Jewish at all to appreciate and participate in our programming. I think with very few exceptions, there would not be disagreement that healthy sex is part of good, healthy life.
Do you get a lot of feedback from series or from programming like this?
You know, because we're in San Francisco and not in Ogallala, Nebraska, people are a lot more receptive. Absolutely. But what we really want is they're doing that there. That's what we want. We want curiosity. We want excitement. And that's what we're getting. And we really have had no negative feedback, more curiosity.
That's interesting. Okay, so aside from the series, you've also been, there's a fitness center, right,
yes,
for the community.
So we have a new wellness agenda at the JCC, and so it's more than fitness, it's wellness. So things like pelvic health and tantric sex and all kinds of programs are part of our wellness agenda that complements our fitness agenda and is a very nice tie-in to the series. Sex After 50 is another, and I like that. It's personally, it's another part of the wellness program. So we have a whole wellness initiative at the JCC, and it's been a really, really exciting and robust tie-in to this sex series. And if jccsf.org/sex, you can find out everything that we're doing.
Yes, that's true. Okay, what other type of program do you have coming up?
Oh boy, coming up in the spring through June, we've just booked a number of really exciting programs. We have Robert Reich, the economist, coming. We have Tavis Smiley coming, which makes me really excited. We just did a program with Making of a Murder, so we're doing a lot with the new podcasts that are so popular. We have music from Israel. Esther Rada is coming. We have Ariana Huffington is coming.
Wow. Okay.
So we're booking every single day. While I'm sitting here with you, star programmers are back in the office booking up fabulous stuff that I don't even know about yet.
Wow. Well, it sounds like there is a lot going on and it's exciting. So Barbara, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Always fun to see you.
Hey, it is fun to see you. And for more information about the Jewish Community Center of San Francisco's programming, just log on to jccsf.org. Again, that's jccsf.org. Coming up, art from the Yerba Buena Center for the Arts. We'll be back.